Hello, I am Unknown Riddle, and this is me trying out giving updates through a video instead of a YouTube post. Because it seems like notifications for posts are more hit or miss than notifications for new videos. The first half of this video is discussing why Brawl is going to take longer than expected, and some behind the scenes explanations of how I make my Smash Bros videos. The second half is me talking about Deltarune Chapter 5 because I want to, so spoiler warnings. To start off, I'll go into the reasons why my videos normally take so long. Reason number one is because I have 3 part-time jobs, one of which has a constantly changing schedule, so having both free time and YouTube time can be tricky to ration out. Reason number two is that I have ADHD, which is a focus disorder. Even with medication, it makes being consistent a Sisyphean task. Medication makes it so my focus isn't constantly shifting and distracting me, but it still doesn't make it easier to focus on what I want my brain to focus on. Every once in a while, my ADHD brain will lock on making YouTube stuff, and I'll work for 8 hours straight. Otherwise, I'm just making myself do an hour or two on my days off. Those are my main normal reasons. Recent personal life tragedies have slowed things to a stop. On June 15th, our family dog, who had been having liver issues that slowed his eating habits, passed away on the way to an emergency vet visit in the middle of the night. About a week and a half later, the morning after a different vet visit, which required light sedation, our cat was found passed away. Losing both our pets like that basically destroyed my motivation to work on anything, but I'm doing my best not to stop entirely. Moving to a lighter topic, I'll get into the actual update part next. I've got 25 of 35 endings written out. Coming up with them isn't as quick as you would think. With the first video, I only had 12 characters, and at the time of its release, none of them had complex stories aside from maybe Ness. I had already played the games of like 7 of them, and though I haven't played Ocarina of Time, I still knew the story pretty well. Of the remaining 4, F-Zero has no real story, and Metroid was rather easy to follow. Kirby and Ness were the only characters whose games I had to really research to get the gist of their characters up to that point. Kirby lore is insane, by the way. The debug menu made it easy to get the final destination footage. Melee took longer due to now having 25 characters. However, 12 were returning characters and 9 were from the same franchises, with the Zelda characters still being from Ocarina of Time. Of the remaining 4, 2 are the Ice Climbers and Gaben Watch, who have no stories in their games. That just left Marth and Roy from the 2 Fire Emblem games I haven't played. After researching them, I learned that they have generic protagonist hero personalities, so that wasn't as helpful as I wanted it to be. I also had the benefit of Melee only coming out 2 years after the original, so none of the returning franchises had any new significant material, which also made it difficult to come up with new endings for the original 12 fighters. The debug menu was also helpful here to get the footage. Brawl is a whole other beast. There are 35 characters, and it came out 7 years after Melee, so almost everyone returning has new material I need to look into. Some were interesting to research, like the many new Metroid games and Twilight Princess. Others, like the Metal Gear series, were incomprehensible. So yeah, research is taking a lot longer. Also, unlike the previous 2 games, the debug mode was removed from the game before release. So in order to get the footage I want, I have to use Homebrew on my legally acquired copy of Super Smash Bros. Brawl to get it to do what I want to get the footage. So that will take longer, especially since I plan to do more than just spin around the character on Final Destination this time. The biggest benefit about Brawl is that it already comes with a story, so I only have to make it connect to my Melee video. Okay, I think that's the gist of what I wanted to talk about update-wise, so if you aren't interested in Deltarune, then I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and there isn't a riddle at the end of this one. If you are interested, then this is your spoiler warning before I start talking about Chapter 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Chapter 5 was fantastic. I want to focus on how it compares with my theories, but I'll just quickly say that I don't hate Flowey like everyone else seems to, and that I loved his intro. Mew Mew was not my first guess for the secret boss, but is also great, and the Snow Gray Brute is horrifying. With regards to my theory, did anyone think the Dark World wouldn't be in the flower shop? I was wrong about it being before the festival, it ended up being after it. But Susie did mention sneaking back into the holiday house to get the code, so that could still be the next Dark World. It did not end in a fight against two titans, but that could also still happen in the next Dark World. I was fully mistaken about Asgore having a shadow crystal. That was actually a black shard. It seems like I'm on the right track with Noelle getting brought back to the party in Chapter 6 if the epilogue was any indication, but that's also not a particularly difficult prediction. Asgore being taken was not in my predictions, but probably should have in retrospect. It's not hard to believe he'd have his code memorized. No new clues were really dropped about the Knight's identity, but their shape-shifting still has me focused on Amalgamate Des. I think the twist isn't who the Knight is, but what the Knight is. Also, nothing proving or disproving my light and dark magic theories so far. I think that's about it for my thoughts, so I guess I'll see you in the next video.